with Hellblade 2 releasing this week and Black Myth Wukong releasing later this summer, will this mark the beginning of a slew of games coming out this generation using the full suite of Unreal Engine 5 features? Lumen, photogrammetry, MetaHuman, etc. Or do you think we'll see limited use of all of this technology considering how demanding it is on current generation hardware? What do you reckon about this, Tom?
I think we're hopefully past the teething phase with a lot of the games. We've had the Matrix Awakens demo. We've had a lot of cool stuff, but it's not quite over the line on current gen console hardware for getting a locked performance with good image quality as well. I think if we're going into an era with mid-gen refresh consoles, which looks increasingly likely, we're going to see a lot of developers be encouraged by the specs on those machines to push for those features, and hopefully not leave the base machines in the dust. But there would be a more of a drive to get Unreal Engine 5 used properly in these games. And I think Hellblade also just is an inspiring example to a lot of developers, because just look at the visual quality in that game. And I'm sure a lot of developers will be looking at that and thinking, well, we could have that quality of visual in our action game or whatever it happens to be. So, yeah, I think it has paved the way. And Wukong, Black Myth Wukong, we've seen a couple of gameplay reveals. It looks impressive. Still yet to actually play it myself, though. So, jury's out on that one.
Yeah, I think, what can I say about this? I think ultimately, Unreal Engine is a toolbox and it will be scaled according to the needs of the game. And not every game is going to need to use all of those features, to be clear. But obviously, I think we will see more fully featured deployments. I still think, we still haven't seen what the Coalition are cooking up. I think one thing from Hellblade that springs to mind, John, is it doesn't seem to be using the hardware ray-tracing version of Lumen, right?
That's right. It's not using hardware Lumen. It's the software path.
Right. Mm-hmm. So maybe this is something that would differentiate like the PS5 Pro from the PS5, or maybe it just be the case that we're just going to see natural evolution of Unreal Engine 5 because it's already, as we saw in Alex's recent video, just it's just getting better and better all the time.
Yeah, it's getting faster. And this is, even though it's just come out, this game was one of the first, I'd say, or earlier UE5 games in development, right? So I'm sure they were somewhat limited in certain areas by performance limitations of the older Unreal Engine 5 stuff. Mm-hmm. So I expect all this stuff to continue to improve and speed up in time.
Yeah, I think it's just going to come down, as I said, to the scale of the project, the needs to use all of those features, and how performant they actually become across the fullness of time. And hopefully we'll get to see some great stuff sooner rather than later, because I think part of the appeal of Unreal Engine to many is that there are some really high profile developers that are sort of almost working hand in glove with Epic to make the engine better and to the betterment of all. So long may that continue.